This is one of the most sobering statistics that we could ever imagine, that 50% of American families right now in this very moment are suffering with a mental health crisis within their family. If we have like 300 million people in the United States of America and 50% of families have someone in a deep mental crisis, that's mental health crisis out of control. David Essel here. Oh my God, I've committed 45 years to the world of mental health, and one of the reasons was I was diagnosed with all kinds of issues, and I had to work through them and understand them. Deep clinical depression, ongoing generalized anxiety disorder. A lot of these things I didn't even recognize, even in the counseling that I do, that I was struggling that deeply. And then I looked around and I remember that within my family, my father went through a Great Depression when I was a child. My sister has gone through a Great Depression, my brother as well. And I'm not saying anything about genetics, but in our family alone, my God. And this is a healthy family, right? We didn't have a lot of chaos and drama and addiction. There was no addictions between my mother and father. So we were in a quote unquote normal middle class American family. And yet, we came out of there with all of this mental health challenges that each of us have had to find ways to work through. And we have, thank God. But this is a crisis, and you're watching this right now. You may have someone who's struggling deeply with depression, or struggling deeply with anxiety or procrastination. Maybe you have someone who's struggling deeply with righteousness and they're arguing constantly all the time, or someone who's struggling deeply with some type of an addiction, someone who's struggling deeply with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, and they surround themselves with people that are not healthy for them. And we have to look at that mental health crisis and, first of all, get professional help. I mean, I am right here and I am doing so much work in the world of mental health, and I want to continue. If you need help, go to our website. We have a program now that's discounted, Motivation and Joy, it's called, and it's all about mental health. It's how do we get out of depression? How do we get out of anxiety, PTSD, overthinking, procrastination, ruminating thinking? How do we get out of all this to find motivation and joy? And that's why I created the course. We're getting an incredible response for the course, which I'm so happy for, because of the statistic that I just told you. 50% of American families have someone in the family right now going through a mental health crisis. And medication is not enough. I am not against medication. If you have suicidal thoughts or you can't get out of bed or whatever it might be, I'm not against medication, but it has to be combined with much more than just taking a pill and thinking it's going to do everything in the world for you. We have to make lifestyle changes. We have to bring calmness into the brain. We have to find ways to get dopamine, serotonin, and GABA released without having to use an addiction in order to break through the mental health crisis that is going on right now in our country. Listen, don't delay. If you have a family member, we have some extremely discounted programs right here with the Motivation and Joy program because of the mental health crisis. We want people to be able to heal, and we've helped people. I shouldn't say healed. We've helped people heal so much over the past 45 years. I'm not stopping. Join me at talkdavid.com. 100% guaranteed. My work is, and it has been for 45 years. Let's break this family cycle and let's get back on track to clean, healthy mental health. Joy, motivation, and freedom. TalkDavid.com is the website. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.